What's up, y'all? This is Propel Hitting, and welcome to Drill of the Week. What's up, y'all? Glad to see you back. Makes me excited that I get to see you again. Really pumped, really excited to get over here and jump over and do it. Okay, so last week talked a lot about controlling the body, right? Making sure that the hip doesn't over manipulate, rotate the foot, do anything like that. So we can feel quiet as we approach the ground to get our hip into the ground, our front hip into the ground, okay? So this week we're gonna do something that's gonna help you with that. That's very rhythmic, right? So you can really feel that body control, but then also a big thing is back shift, okay? Back shift would be, right, loading back to the catcher, right? So if you watch, right, when I do that, now my hip is outside of my foot. So what that's called is that's an action, right? That's an action. So the inverse reaction to that, right, is going to it'll either throw your hip forward, right, or your body's going to feel that and then make yourself stay too far back here. Okay, so that's what we're really trying to do right here, is work against that while controlling our body and building off what we talked about last week. Okay, so let's jump over and let's go, baby. I'm pumped. Okay, so like we said over there, we're primarily focusing on, right, no back shift. And the reason we don't want to back shift, right, is what we talked about. We don't want to waste that movement going back here, right? But another thing that enables us to do no back shift, right, is for us to have better separation. Here's what I mean, okay? So if your hands and your foot are not in unison in their movements, what you're building is not gonna be as strong, right? So if your hands stop before this stops, right, you can have all the timing that you want, but you're gonna have to re-up these to start them, right? That's why, like, so take for instance, David Ortiz. Right, big hand movements, right? So when he does his big hand movements, right, he goes big leg, but then this is moving together. They stop and launch and go together. Same thing with Josh Donaldson, even with the guy that's, you know, a smaller mover, right? They're still going up, right? So it's not just happening from a complete standstill. Justin Turner, right? He's here, but then right at the last second, he lets himself stretch and then turns and go. Okay, so we need this and that to be together, okay? Because a lot of people use that for timing, but like if these aren't together, this timing, right, is not the same as the body timing, which then means realistically, you're probably gonna step again, or you're gonna be really slow with your hands instead of a build up and then boom, right? And then how that plays in with the back shift is if I go not doing a back shift, if I go here, right, I've lost the tightness that I have, right? If I stay here, right, if this hip goes out, okay, I'm losing it, but if this stays here and this stretch happens, now I've got a point, right, where I can hold the stretch here and there. So now I have good organic stretch where I can just go and release and then go, okay? So this will also help with the rhythm, because we want to make sure that our rhythm is on time, right? If our rhythm's on time, then our timing can be on time, all right? So this is essentially what it kind of looks like, right? So I'm just gonna be back here and go shuffle, 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 get to here, and then not load back, right? So I'm not gonna go here and try and do that, right? Stay in rhythm, shuffle, 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 let yourself stretch, feel this down, then let it go, okay? From here, shuffle, shuffle. Okay, same thing, let's do it again. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Okay, and feel this and these being in unison, and that stretch happening this way, right? Instead of losing it or going too far around, okay? Okay. So that'll really help, but I'm gonna give you a couple different angles so you can see kind of like no back shift, how the stretch is happening. So let's go over there. Okay, so that fluidity of movements, right, and gathering without losing the hip outside of the foot is really, really, really important, especially if you think about your leg movement as a stride, as a foot down instead of a stride body movement. Okay, so that's really good, right? Just being nice and calm, and then through. You can work on a ton of things with that, right? Even in the last couple, I was kind of feeling like I was doing too much of this with my hips and stuff, right? So I was really just kind of feel, right, my move there to go forward, okay? So you can do a bunch of different stuff with it, okay? So that's what we got for you this week. So put that into your practice plan for this week. So make sure you subscribe though, so you can come back next week and see what we got for you then. And while you're doing that, go ahead and hit that like button, comment it, share it, do all that stuff, because that'll tell YouTube that you want to keep seeing our stuff, which is what we want. We want you to see it so you can get better. All right, so subscribe it up, baby, because I got big things for you next week. Let's go!